The wasteful expenditure on weddings in India has peaked up. Earlier, the Varmala and wedding would take place with sanctity at one venue, the Blessed Mandap. Then, an expense was added by holding Varmala on a stage. Now, Haldi and Mehendi are also two events that are prominently held to jack up the expenses. Earlier, the expression of a father whose daughter was departing to a new home would be genuinely true of the fear of missing her. Similarly, the eagerness of the arrival of the new daughter-in-law was reflective of that happiness. Today, the face of the father, be that of the bride or the groom, looks desperate in front of his children. In the race to look more modern and rich, people show off by splurging money. Were the marriages that took place earlier without many frills not the marriages? I'm sure that those marriages were happy marriages that worked wonderfully well. The poor middle class imitates the rich. In order to raise their perception in terms of worth and status, they spend more than the means by raising debts. There was a time when sanskar and sanskriti were prime, time when one's culture was prime, but the modern ostentation of weddings on the media incites the young children to match them. We are not only talking about the girl's father. The boy's side of the family is spending almost about the similar amount. Both the sides need empathy of having been devoided of their hard-earned money. In their pursuit to keep their noses high, to upkeep the social status, they are wastefully splurging money. दोनों ही अपनी नाक ऊंची रखने के लिए कर्जा लेकर घी पी रहे हैं. What will the people say if we do not make an eventful celebration of the Haldi ceremony? And if we do not invite over 200 people unnecessarily for the Mehendi, then Mehendi imprint may not blossom well. And for Sangeet, the women in the family have to skill up with mechanical moves to show their talent. This has now become a ritual for solemnizing the wedding. A grand stage is also being prepared to spend millions in the name of pre-wedding photo shoots and destination weddings. As per a survey, the total spending on Indian weddings far exceeds the GDP of many countries. The daughters are no less. Despite being familiar with the financial position of the family, they make them overspend. Earlier, they would sit wearing old clothes for the Haldi ceremony. Now, a dress worth a few thousand rupees is required to be worn for the occasion. Besides the matching floral decoration around, wedding lehenga for a single usage has to have a designer's label to make the wedding meaningful. I do not intend to undermine the fun and frolic attached with a wedding celebration. It ought to be there with genuineness and much closeness, having no pretensions. But it should not make a father indebted for lakhs of rupees to remain ahead in race. Earlier, they would say that a girl is a burden on the father. This was a wrong perception. But what we see today in this blind race is that all youngsters are making their respective fathers pay through their nose for extravagant weddings. Where are we headed to?